welcome back to my channel. So for those of you who are new, my name is Dee. I am the creator of Messy Heart Crazy Life. So here on my channel, I do all things pretty much beauty, lifestyle, some kid things. I do work full-time in the corporate world, but I do this YouTube on the side just really as my creative outlet. I enjoy talking about different products. I enjoy trying out new products, all that jazz, and I enjoy telling people about them. So this just gives me an opportunity to try new things and then give my experience, my review, that sort of thing. So I'm really excited. Today is, if you guys have been following me, you know I haven't done a video in a while just because life has been crazy. I got a new puppy, so it is literally like having a newborn. Not as bad as a newborn, but it's definitely much more challenging, and I've had to kind of rearrange my life. But then with the holidays, we just had Thanksgiving. I had my in-laws in town at the house for about a week, exactly a week. They left yesterday, and today is the first day that everybody is gone from the house. I do work from home, so I'm usually home all throughout the day working, and it's quiet. And so for this past week, I've had to continue to work, but still have a lot of, chaotic and commotion and just noise and stuff. So this is the first day that everybody is back to work, everybody's back to school, in-laws went back home, and I thought, what a perfect time to go ahead and do a video because I haven't done one in a long time. So I'm very, very excited. I went on, as you know, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, all that stuff was going on. So as I was scrolling through Instagram, on Small Business Saturday, I came across a lash extension brand called Blinkify. I think that's how you say it. So if you follow me or if you don't, I am a at-home lash extension connoisseur, basically. I am always on lookout, trying out new things. I used to do lash extensions a long time ago, and I absolutely hated it. The maintenance and the time and the expense and all that stuff. So I was on a lookout to try to find an alternative, because I do have very sparse lashes. And that's when I kind of dived into the at-home lash extension or the DIY lash extension world. And I am loving it. I wear lash extensions or DIY lash extensions all the time. I've tried out different brands. I will link my other videos below in case you are just getting into the lash world and you're not sure which ones are good. I'll leave my reviews below so that you can see what might work for you and what might not. But today is about the Blinkify one. So I went ahead and purchased, this one is called the Blinkify Fam. So it has 3 different versions or styles with it. It has the Darling, and these look to be kind of fluffy. They look very, like their volume, they have a lot of volume, but they're not as dramatic as some of the other styles that are on their website. They have different ones like the Queen and everything that are big va-va-voom. Then they have the Natural. These look like, obviously the most natural one. They're not as voluminous. They're not as dark. So these are the ones that I'm going to try out today. And then they also have a Classic. So this is the bundle that I got. So these are a little bit more dramatic than the originals, but I think they're a little bit more, I don't know. It's hard to see with the glitter background, but it looks like the Classic ones are a little bit darker than the Darling ones. So they look really, really pretty. I did feel them. They feel very, very soft. They are made out of Korean PBT faux, and they're vegan and cruelty-free. And I think that's pretty much what all the lash extensions are made out of, some kind of Korean silk something. But on their website, they have 7 different styles. So these obviously are 3 of them, but they have 4 other ones. And they kind of range from different, looks, dramatic looks and everything. These are definitely the most natural, and that's why I went through this. But they also have the Fab 5 set, and it comes with 5 different styles. That retails for $79.99. This set, the Blinkify Fam that has these 3, retails for $49.99. So one by itself, you get 3 different sets. These retail for $19.99. So getting this is a pretty good deal. You save some money there. They also have glue. The adhesive runs for $5.99. They have a rose gold tool set. So everything you need to kind of fuse and stuff like that, that retails for $29.99. And they also have a lash serum that also retails for $29.99. So they have some other things. I did not pick up anything. like that, I am going to be using my Lilac Street Pro Glue. This is what I've been using for months now. Ever since they came out with it, I did do a video, they did send it to me, and I have literally been using this. This is the only glue that I use. So one thing that I love about, like, just first off, I'm gonna do a try on and then I'll do a review and kind of give my thoughts. Two kind of little things that I don't wanna say are right off the bat like bad, but just my impressions. They do have different styles. I love the styles, but they do not have different lengths. So these, I could not find anywhere on the website where it said what these lengths are, but they're probably either a 12 or 14. They're pretty long. So for me, somebody who is not, I like a little bit more on the natural side. Even with the naturals, these are a little bit longer than what I normally would wear. So that's the first, I don't want to say negative, but the first kind of thing that I noticed was they don't have different lengths. They have different styles, but they all come in the same length. So that's one kind of ding as a negative thing, but they are a small company. They are starting out. And maybe as they kind of grow, they'll get more styles or they'll get more lengths. But you know, I can't ding them too much. And they're, you know, you can tell on the website, it's not like they were false advertising or anything like that. They put it exactly like that. So I knew what I was getting, but I just preferred to have different lengths because I do like a little bit shorter. So that's the thing. They do say that with their glue, it lasts for 5 to 7 days, but people have been known to get 8 to 9 days. That's pretty standard. I don't usually go over a week. I usually wear them for 6 to 7 days just because I do like to do them on the weekend. And I do like to have at least a night to kind of let my eyes breathe after I take them off, but before I put another set on. So the 5 to 7 days is perfect for me. But like I said, I'm not using their adhesive, I'm using this. So the second ding, or the second, and I hate to say negative, but just in my personal experience and my personal preference, the glue that they have is regular, kind of like eyelash extension glue. When you put the falsies on, you just kind of put it on and it comes out in kind of a clump. I do not like that method. Regardless of what brand comes out with it, it takes too long. You have to sit there and do it every little lash gossamer or lash set. You have to go in and put the little thing and let it dry. I prefer the method of the micro wand. It is so much easier to go in, ding, 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 and then I take the lash and just put it on. This method, by hands down, is my absolute favorite just for time, ease of use, and you don't have like you don't have glue getting all over the place. It's just messy, it's time consuming, I don't like it. So that's kind of my second little negative thing, but one way to get away from that is just to go and buy the Lilac Street Pro Glue. This is my absolute favorite. They also do not have any cleaners with them. So I use the Lashify Pre-Cleanse. So this is what I do. I normally will do my full face of makeup, and then I will go in with this and with a little Q-tip, and I will clean off my lashes just to make sure that there isn't anything on them. So they don't have anything, but you can use other things like other brands and stuff like that. And then I am also going to be using the Lilac Street little wand thing. This is by far my favorite because it doesn't have a super exaggerated curve. I am less likely to accidentally pinch my eyelid. So this is my go-to. I have not found another brand that I like other than this one. And then as far as kind of bonding them, I'm gonna go in with the Lashify Glass. In all honesty, I haven't used any other pre-cleanse or bonding thing. I know Lilac Street has some. I am using these up. These work just fine for me, so that's why I'm using them. And then last but not least, I will be using the Lashify little blow tool. I don't know exactly what this thing is called, but I love it just because it does help with the dry time. It's not one of those things you have to have, but it's one of those nice to haves. So with the Blinkify, it does come with little instructions, you know, how to do it. And it does say for their glue to put glue to the top of each lash or each strip. And then you need to wait 20 seconds to get the glue slightly tacky. And then if you're using the Lash latex glue, wait 2 to 5 minutes to get the glue tacky. That's what I'm saying. As far as the adhesive goes, that's just too long. It's gonna take me forever. This gets tacky in like 10 seconds. I can go ahead and put it on. I blow it real quick and then I slap my lashes on and I'm good to go. So that's my thing. And I will be doing additional videos. When I take these off, I will be doing more of these so that you guys can kind of see what it looks like. but today I'm just gonna be doing the natural. Now, they do claim on their website that these are the most comfortable DIY lash extensions. So I'm going to put it to the test because I am very, very picky with my lash extensions. These feel actually really soft, but I'm excited to kind of try them. It does actually have a clear band there, and I'm sorry that it's not going. You can kind of see it's holding the lashes together, but it's very, very minimal. I don't think it's gonna bother me at all, but we will see. And that's, you know, hey, if you're gonna make the claim on your website that they are the most comfortable DIY lash extensions, then we're gonna put them to the test. But it does have that band. It does look very, very small. It's not as thick as the Flutterhabit one, so I think we're gonna be good to go. The other thing is I get really, really upset. I normally do not like these kind of things. Lashify to me has the best system where you kind of pull them out of the Gossamer set. These are stuck on with like a glue thing, but when I took those off, it did not seem to, sometimes that glue band is so freaking annoying, but these seem to be pretty good. I am getting a little bit of glue residue on it, but it's not bad at all. And I just popped off 2, and so far, so good. The other thing that I just noticed about these is they do kind of taper in the middle. Like this one right here, you can kind of see that tapering, so I would put it right there. These are so freaking long. These are gonna be so in my face. Okay, let's get into it. So I'm gonna try to get as close as possible. I know in some of my other videos, people are like, you're not close enough, you're not close enough. I'm gonna try. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna pre-cleanse my lashes. Just go in with this, take a little Q-tip, pop it in there. So again, this thing is not a need to have, it's really just a nice to have. It just kind of helps with the dry time. The Pro Glue from the Lilac Street does dry very, very quickly, so I don't really need this for that, but after I'm done, I do like to kind of set it and just sit here and let it go. So let's go ahead and get into this. I'm gonna take the Pro Glue. You see, it's just, this micro one is just, to me, more natural movement. Because I'm used to putting mascara on, this just comes natural to me. But sitting there and putting a dollop of glue on every single one of these and then trying to get the right amount and all that stuff, that's where I struggled with when I was wearing falsies, because I never knew how much glue to put on. I would put too much or not enough, or it would move all over the place, or I put on my lash and then all of a sudden there was a glunk and I felt like I was going to end up getting in my eye. It was just a hot mess. So I do like the actual mascara one. Lashify does make one as well, and that's the first one that I tried. So I'm gonna take this. This is one of the taper ones. They are, whoa, very, very much longer than, is that even the right, that's not even right grammar, but they are much longer than what I normally am used to, but I don't hate them. I think they do look very, very pretty. The only thing is I can see when I'm looking in the mirror, I can see that little band, and I don't know if you can see it, but when I'm looking down, I can see, not that I can see it myself, but when I'm looking in the mirror, I can see the band right here, that little white band, which it's not horrible. I can go in and just kind of fill it in, but nobody's gonna get that close to my eye except maybe my husband or my kids, and they don't care. They know I wear fake eyelashes, so it's all good. I mean, everybody knows. I mean, these aren't natural. I mean, everybody will look at them. But what I do like about them with these natural ones is even though they are longer than what I normally would prefer, I would probably prefer a little bit less than half of this, but they are still really like natural. They're not like boom in your face. So I'm actually really liking them. And I do actually like the tapered. Normally I don't, but I do like the fact that there's a little bit less volume right there. They're a little bit shorter. It makes it look a little bit more natural. So I actually used up the whole set right here. We're gonna see how the other eye looks, because one thing especially, it's very important to know when you're starting out in the eyelash world, your eyes are not perfect. They are not symmetrical. If they are, then you're like Brad Pitt and apparently you're like super, super pretty or something, because when you're symmetrical, or it's something like that. I am not symmetrical. Both my eyes are two different shapes. They do look very natural, or they look very, like when you're looking at them, you can't tell, but when I'm putting on eyelash extensions, it's amazing. So we're gonna see if this next set fits on my eye and that they look the same. So not super different. I think the problem is, I think I did these closer to my lash line and these not so much. So these look like they're curling a little bit more. I think so, yeah. And these are a little bit, let's see if I can fix this one. I mean, they're definitely not my favorite. I do like this one a lot better, but this one, just to me, because of the way my eye is, I think it looks super, super fake, but they're not horrible. I don't think that they're so drastically different that, you know, I don't like them, but they're not poking up here. They do seem to be very, very soft. They are comfortable, even though the band itself is a little bit thicker than like Lilac Street or Lashify. I don't really feel them. We'll see. I'll come back later tonight, because usually the first day is really that telltale. I'm doing it early in the morning. By the end of tonight, I'll see whether or not like my eyes get heavy. And I'm just not worried, but with that band being that plastic kind of band, sometimes it's heavier than the other ones and it kind of weighs your eyes down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take my glass. So I will be back at the end of this evening and I'll let you guys know how they felt on my eyes and what my final thoughts are. So stay tuned. Hey guys, I wanted to come back on here. At the end of the last video, I said I was gonna come on at the end of last night, or that night that I was putting on. I did end up coming back on, but I was kind of all scattered in my review and all that stuff. So I figured I'd come on this morning. So this is one day after I did the lash extensions. They have held up. They are still holding on strong. I don't have anything coming off or anything like that. But I wanted to kind of recap of just after wearing them yesterday, after sleeping in them, wearing them this morning, what my kind of thoughts are. So the first thing is they are holding up. Again, I didn't use the glue, and I know some people are gonna leave comments like that, you're not doing a true review. I personally don't like that type of glue. It reminds me of falsies. I have a very, very challenging time getting it on, trying to figure out, you know, how much to put on, how long for it to be tacky. To me, I like the micro wand glue better, just because it's easier. So if you're starting out in the eye extension kind of realm, I would recommend you getting something with a wand, either the Lilac Street one or the Lashify, because to me, that just is an easier method and it's much, much quicker. And it's, I don't want to say it's dummy proof, but it's kind of dummy proof. It's much more user friendly. So that's kind of my first thing with this. But my whole thing is I like to try out new lashes. I do like Lilac Street, but I want to try other brands and see if there's something else out there. So wanted to come back and kind of give you guys my pros and my cons, what I like about this lash brand so far, and what are some of the things that I feel are, you know, that I don't like. So first off with the pros, I do feel like they are very, very soft. There's other ones that I've used, even Lashify, sometimes with their different styles, it does get a little plasticky feeling and it kind of jabs. This one, at least with this style, it has not done that yet. It has been very, very comfortable as far as the pokiness, and it's very, very soft. So that's definitely a pro. The other thing is with the package, you get 3 different sets for $19.99. That is more cost effective than even Lilac Street when it's $7 for one of them. So if you were to buy 3, it would be $21. So it's a little bit more expensive. The Lilac Street, $1. It's not that big of a deal, but it is a little bit more cost effective or cheaper, if you will, than even Lashify or Lilac Street. So that is a pro. I have to give them props. They had the fastest shipping times. Now that's not obviously guaranteed, but I purchased it on Saturday and I got them either Monday or Tuesday. I have no idea. Now I know that they're coming from South Carolina. I live in Texas. Maybe there's some kind of, route or whatever that quickens the time, but they definitely got it out on Saturday, the same day that I ordered it, and I got it in record time. So cannot say, there's no guarantee with shipping, but just think, I have to point that out that it was very, very quick shipping. So some of the cons that I have, and it's not horrible. I definitely, compared to like the Flutterhabit, I think these are so much better than the Flutterhabit ones, but the band is a little annoying. They do make the claim that this is their, the most comfortable DIY lash extension. I'm sorry, I disagree. I think Lilac Street is still hands down my favorite lash as far as when it comes to comfort level, just because of the band. So this one, you can see it a little bit better, but you can see, and it's basically fishing line, but it's kind of like that clear kind of fishing line material that is holding the lashes together. It is not the most comfortable thing. It is a little bit heavier than like the Lilac Street or the Lashify. I do feel like because I was a little bit wonky here, you can actually see the band. Now, of course, you're not going to see it unless you get really, really close, but I see it when I look in the mirror. I can notice it. It's not that big of a deal, but it's less forgiving than like Lilac Street or Lashify, just because you can see that band. So if you mess up like I did, you're going to be able to see that band a little bit more. So a little bit less forgiving, but it's not the end of the world. I feel like the band or the line itself is smaller than the Flutterhabit. So if you've tried Flutterhabit, then that band is super, super thick. These haven't been super uncomfortable, but I do feel poking here. And I honestly think that is because of the fishing line kind of holding it together. But I do feel a little bit of poking, and it's not all the time, but once in a while, if I move, like if I squint like that, I can feel it poking. I don't get that with Lashify or Lilac Street. And again, it goes back to the band. So I know I'm harping on it, but I just want to kind of make my point. It's really, really, when it comes down to the band, that is probably one of the most important things. The other thing is with this one, because I did get it a little wonky, they do kind of look like 2 separate lashes. The problem I have with that is, or the other con that I have with it is, you cannot choose the lengths. One thing that I absolutely love about some of the other lash extension brands that I've tried is they have different lengths. And for people like me who don't like it so va-va-voom, it's great to be able to pick the length, because I'm a 10 millimeter girl. I like it kind of short. Once in a while, I'll get to 12, but these I feel like are maybe 14s. They're very dramatic. So this is not a natural look for me, but I still like it. I don't think that I'm going to be able to wear them for 5 to 7 days like I do with my normal Lilac or Lashify ones, just because the band is a little annoying. It's not horrible. It's not earth-shattering. It's not super uncomfortable, but I can just tell by just wearing it for the first day that my eyes are heavier. There's just like irritation. Like I just want to kind of take them off and rub my eyes kind of thing. And I really think that has something to do with the band. I think that's where that feeling is coming from, but it's not horrible. If you love Flutterhabit and you don't mind the band, then I think these are a great alternative. I'm not disappointed by trying them. I'm definitely going to, wear I have the Darling and the classic ones that I'm gonna try out. I'm definitely going to be doing a video on those, and I will keep these on as long as I possibly can, but I just don't think that I'm gonna be able to get a full week out of them like I do the rest of them, just because of the discomfort. So I wanted to come back and kind of recap everything to you guys. Again, I think, I'm all about supporting small businesses. I think this is a great company. I think their lashes are high quality. I just personally don't like the glue. I don't like, maybe as they grow, they'll offer more lengths. And I hope they do, because I do think their lashes are really, really pretty, but it's not it will not be my go-to lash because of the band issue. I just don't find it very comfortable. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I will link all the rest of my videos that I've done with lash extensions down below. So if you have any questions, let me know. Stay tuned. I will be doing a review on the classic and the darling ones as soon as I take these off. So definitely stay tuned for them. Make sure that you subscribe and hit me up if you have any questions. Until next time, bye.